Right, let's have a look at this one. We've got a height, so I've labelled it as h. Now I know this distance is 400, so let's just call this distance here x, because we don't know what it is. And we want to get the height, but we know the angles here, so we've got two right-angled triangles, both involving x and x plus 400, so an h, so there'll be two equations in two unknowns. This is the opposite, this is the adjacent, so let's use tan then. So tan of 6 degrees, which we know, is equal to the opposite, h, over the adjacent over a, which is that total distance x plus 400. Okay, so, and also we know that tan of 10 is equal to the opposite, h, in this right angle triangle over x. So what can we do then? We can find x. We want to find h, but what's easier to find first is really the question. Yeah, okay. So x will be, from this one, x will be h over 10 tan 10, won't it? So we could, this is number 1, this is number 2. So what we can do is we can take this up here. So x plus 400, and move this down, is h over tan 6. Yeah? And x is h over tan 10, so h over tan 10 then, plus the 400 is equal to h over tan 6. I hope you can see where I'm going with this, because now all I need to do is move this over there. So leave the 400 as is, and we've got h over tan 6 minus h over tan 10. So we can take an h outside as common, and we'll have 1 over tan 6, won't we? Minus 1 over tan 10. This is just awkward algebra, that's all. But in principle, it's a simple problem, isn't it? It's just the algebra is awkward. So h is equal to 400 then, over this stuff here that was times on this side. 1 over tan 6 minus 1 over tan 10 degrees. Close bracket, so h is equal to then, let's work out the height. (400) divided by bracket 1 divided by tan 6 degrees minus 1 divided by tan 10 degrees. Close that bracket, close the bracket underneath. 104.08, 104.08, which is 104.1, isn't it? Meters, because it's in units of meters. And that was to 1 decimal place. So just to have a quick look at it again, we had this triangle given to us. We know we wanted to find out h. We knew this part of the length was 400, so we didn't know this part of the length, so put in x. Then you can see the angles of these two right-angled triangles, and you've got an opposite over an adjacent, haven't you? So that tells you it's tan, because it's TOA. So tan of 6 is h over this distance, adjacent. And tan of 10 for this triangle is opposite over adjacent. So you can move the x up and get x, and then simply move this up and get x plus 400 h. And then you can see that you can put that in there and get an equation in h. There it is there. And from there it's just awkward algebra then. That once you've got rid of the x, you can solve. So you had two equations in two unknowns. You got rid of the x by substitution. And you got one equation, one unknown, which we then did the awkward algebra and solved it.